COVID, y'all. Let's talk about it. My daughter brought that home. But this is the second time I've had it in 2 years. And yes, I am vaccinated and boosted once. But yeah, she brought the heebie-jeebie home. And let me just tell you how and then I realized I had it too late, okay? Too late. She comes home, she had symptoms, but she didn't say anything because we also have allergies. And we really can't tell the difference most times. We weren't really thinking about COVID. We did have COVID tests in the house. And she took one and said it was, you know, there was no 2 lines. I started to get symptoms. I really didn't think anything of it. Well, maybe it's just a cold, maybe, you know, whatever the case may be. Wrong, okay? So I never went back and looked at her test. So about 4 days later, because the cough was really bad. It was a really bad cough. I'm really, really tired. Colds don't make me this tired. I was like, I'm hot, a little achy. Now I got a flu shot, but I was still taking my nebulizer, taking some Tylenol. I had a few little antibiotics left over because y'all know how we do. We be, you know, we hold medicine and, you know, they be like, you gotta throw that out or you gotta finish. I never finish antibiotics. I know, I'm supposed to. I know, I get it. But I don't. And I hold on to the ones that are left over. I took a couple of those. And I'm just like, so I'm just like, take the COVID test. Y'all, I take the COVID test. And it lights up. I mean, this is purple. And I'm just like, some say, go get her test. I go get her test. And you know, the instructions tell you, if there's a faint second line, you have COVID. That's positive, right? She had a faint second line. I said, did you put your glasses on when you read this? Because there's just no way. And she was like, oh, I didn't see that line. You must didn't read this with your glasses on. Because it's clearly a positive test, my friend. It's clearly positive. With that being said, I call my primary, okay? I call my primary, and here's the gag with this. So for all of you that have, you know, oxygen, or you have, like, whatever your illness is, she says to me, she said, well, even if you were within the 5 days for Paxlovid, you still would have to stop your medication in order to take Paxlovid. Now, I'm on immune suppressants because what sarcoidosis is sarcoidosis causes your immune system to be overreactive. Okay, it gives an overreactive response. It's sort of like COVID, basically. It's the same, it just overreacts, it starts to jack up your organs, and it'll take you out if it's uncontrolled. So, she was like, you know, at this point, anyway, you still just keep taking your medication and go from there. You know, the symptoms did subside in 5 days. That was pretty much what the gist. It wasn't too bad. It was just basically fevers, aches, chills, extreme fatigue. Extreme fatigue. The only thing you could do, I mean, it'll wipe you out for a week. You're not getting nothing done. You might as well just go ahead and, you know, get prepared to just have enough energy to shower, brush your teeth, put on some fresh, clean pajamas or lounge clothes, and get back into bed. And that's really all you're gonna have enough of. The first time I had COVID, I went to ER. I got the monoclonal antibodies. They don't offer them anymore, which I don't understand why, because it worked for me the first time. When I took the antibodies the first time at the ER, or I was giving them, within like the next day, the fever was gone. I had a little bit more energy, and from then on, like, my normal self started to come back. But this one, I didn't have the antibodies, so it was just drawn out. This lasted for a good 7 days. I'm going back to get me another booster shot. Yes, I am. I'm going back to get another one because, what? Can we talk about this Shout out to rich homie Quan. Rest in peace to that man. But can we talk about, there's so much chatter online about the girlfriend, the longtime girlfriend. But did y'all watch the funeral? Things I observed. Aside from Killer Mike's speech highlighting all the women that Rich Homie Quan loves.
Say that we're not burying a musician today. You're burying a man. You're burying a man who was a student at Fort Valley, who was a baseball player, who was a son to a mother and a father, who was a father to children, who was a loving companion by what the internet say to a few women. But the women that gave him his children, he treated with honor and respect.
Because we know about the women that came out days after his death. This needs to be a lesson to all women. Don't shack up with no man for 15, 14 years, 20 years. He don't give you no ring. He don't give you no license. My aunt used to have a saying, even a dog has a license. The funeral procession was led by his parents. And behind his parents was like his grandmother, his siblings. This girl, all behind them. She's behind the mother, the father, the grandmother, the siblings. She's behind all them. What? Oh, y'all got me twisted. Because listen, if you think I'm about to stand back here after I done dealt with all this crap with this man, what? All the way in the back. And then at the funeral, she sat across from the family. She was still in the front row, but she was across from the family. They were all together right in front of the casket. She was over there. And then when they closed the casket, she wasn't up there. She wasn't up by the casket. Then today, someone posted the obituary. She ain't got no special friend, no nothing in there. It's just, he loved all his baby moms, is what the obituary said. I'm going to post it in a few minutes. You can pause to read. But, yeah. Stop letting these men drag y'all along in these 15, 14, 10-year relationships and they never give you a marriage license. Because as soon as something happens to him, his family is going to swoop in like an eagle and take over. Is he married? Is she married? Or are you married to them? And the minute you tell them no, move out the way. Who's the next of kin? Because it's not you. And kids don't make decisions. So now they're looking for the next of kin that's an adult. And that could be the mama. If the mama and the father still living, it's one of them. If he has siblings that are of adult age, if the mom and dad are not there, it's going to be one of them. And then the line goes on. But it won't be you. The woman who sat there dealing with all his mess, picking him up floors, putting blankets on him because he cold, he on the couch. No. You, the one who dealt with him from day to day and every day, has no say-so in the man that, regarding the man that you loved. And me personally, here's just me. Like, I don't know the relationship. The family probably knew the ins and outs of that relationship more than we, the public, did. But I just find it really odd because most times, even if the man didn't marry the woman, the family would still take it into consideration in reference to her feelings and would have pulled her to the front. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they would have been arm in arm with her. Maybe she could have been between the parents, arm in arm with them. I've seen that happen before. You know? Not to where she's all the way in the back. You know, they pulled her up to the casket with them. You know? They didn't do that. So I don't know what they know. I'm sure they know more than we know. But and the crazy part, you have all these young girls on the internet. I see the comments, especially on TikTok. You see the comments of the young girls, because they thought her being his longtime girlfriend that mattered. It don't matter. It don't. Legally, it means nothing. And we have to realize that marriage is the legal commitment. It's the only commitment that matters. So, please, young ladies, stop laying up with these men, giving them 10, 15, 20 years of your time, having their babies, and you can't even make a decision on that man if anything should happen to him. You're not entitled to anything if anything should happen to him. So, just always keep that in mind. Because folks was going, when Erica Banks and the other young ladies came forward, you know, everybody was rooting for Rella. As far as, you know, oh, she's a longtime girlfriend. You know, they was giving her props like she was a wife. And and that blew up in everybody's face. So you just have to just be careful with that. Be very, very careful.